This one's yours, Joel? This camera?
Yes. And it is
Live.
ritual that we take a picture before, so let me get this keyed in.
Is it up?
Yeah, we're live right now, but
Should I post?
let's wait, because I'm gonna...
My friend said not for mobile. Yeah, it is. Does it work on your mobile?
Yeah, it's
phone?
mobile.
Yeah.
Let everybody see my shorts.
What?
Business on top, chilling at the bottom. Okay, everybody stand in that corner over there. You could post, did you post it?
No, not yet.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, go.
Oh crap.
Wait.
Wait.
Nick, you gotta hurry, dude. Let's take the picture first and then we'll go. Okay, come on. Mike, you're in the middle.
Oh crap.
Okay. I think it's 10 seconds.
I didn't already do it. This is what was that instinct back to
Yeah.
It's not. It's definitely catchy. Oh.
It came out the CD today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a new one, huh?
Yeah, that
With the new one, huh?
Hey, they didn't even know, dude.
The new
We're on it.
I already know.
Their
I already know.
who is it? Their manager like, you guys still owe us, and it's all their money.
Wow. Oh, wow, man. Okay. Oh, never mind. The mics were on the whole time.
Oh, nice. Interesting.
Great.
With the
Don't even worry about it, guys. No audio. Cool.
Was it instant playing when that
Okay,
shit was
so
on?
Post it.
yeah, post it.
Boom, post
Is it with that same link? It still works.
No. Well, there's I put on a
Send it to me.
on two. Okay. No, I put on a new link to this. Well, same link, new. Yeah, same link, new
New cast.
new cast. Dude. Same link to the Okay, obviously, if you follow the acomco.blogspot.com, you're already watching us. But
Which is like
for those who
500
aren't,
people.
post that. Say that's where we're going, and then I put a new link on the blog, so they'll be able to find that on YouTube. So if you have those computer smarts, then you know where we're at right now. You know what I'm saying?
How would it know?
Yeah, Martin here wouldn't know what's going on. So let
I
me.
still don't know what's
Man,
going
look at
on.
this hair. It's freaking. It's hot here in the bungalow. Can you turn that fan on?
Just a little bit.
Another beer too.
Turn that fan on.
Off.
Oh.
Sorry.
Grab two.
Just a little bit.
Okay. It's a little warm in here.
A little bit.
Great. Okay, so I'd like to formally introduce our guest, Micah Diaz here. This is your camera right here.
Over
Check it
there?
out.
That's
Yeah,
me?
this guy. That's you.
you.
Hey,
Yeah,
what's
wow.
up? And
How's
to the
it going?
left of him is Martin. I'm gonna turn the water off real quick outside of my house.
Come on, dude. There's so many problems going on in here right now.
So many.
First, it was trying to hook this up,
Then I was late.
and then you being late, which didn't even matter because they still didn't have everything hooked up yet.
Well, then I'm gonna take the blame on that one.
Yeah, you didn't even have to say you were late.
I
Nobody
wasn't
knows
late.
that.
I was here.
Okay,
I was on time.
The reason why we were late is because Micah was stuck in traffic, and he's getting a little brace work done, right?
A little bit.
Yeah. What's going on there? What do you do? What you had something taken out, and then
Well,
the brackets behind on your back ones, or what?
no, they had like a thicker wire in there, And then some of my teeth, like pretty much, my teeth were jacked up, like real bad. They pulled them all out right now, and then they're all out, but they're all like kind of crooked still. So then they broke the brackets off, repositioned them so that it would straighten out the teeth. And then they threw in like a softer wire, so it doesn't hurt as bad as it used to, but it's just like fine tuning now. So
yeah, braces. I think I had my braces for like 2 years, dude. Did you? You never had any?
I never had braces.
lucky
Nick?
you.
Nope. Yeah.
Never needed them. Let's
Nope.
see that grill. Oh my gosh,
Hey.
dude.
It's all straight.
Wait, let's,
Where's your
that's
camera? Which camera I
perfect,
look at?
dude. Look at these teeth. He's
He's
blessed.
He's
Oh my
blessed.
gosh, dude. Oh, and by the way, that's Nick too. This guy. Any
Yeah.
questions that you have, you can comment like on the YouTube channel, and just post in the comments there because we don't have any like
Haters.
not haters.
We don't have any haters.
We welcome trolls.
Oh, we
you
don't-
know?
yeah.
Welcome trolls. You generate conversation.
Yes.
But
Conversation.
no, go on there, write comments on the YouTube channel, and that's kind of the only way that we're able to communicate right now. It's because I don't have any, or I haven't figured out a way to
Have a chat room.
add a chat room or have a live comment stream. So that's kind of the easiest way for us to check.
We can always
I
do-
will be checking on the on our Google Plus channel, which is the Bungalow.
The bungalow.
The Bungalow, dude.
Bungalow.
But
The bed below.
yeah. So the reason we brought Micah in here is because he's just an awesome guy all around,
Oh, shut up.
and he's doing big things, dude.
Small.
he's-
small.
This guy is out there racing his car at the Adams. What is it? The Adams.
Adams is the local one.
What's that called?
Adams Motorsport Park.
Motorsport Park.
On the
Okay,
Riverside.
cool. And how often do you usually go there?
As often as I have money.
Yeah.
I mean, it adds up.
Yeah.
Track
Is it?
time.
It's like $20 a run, or
It's $20 for the hour, and then it depends on how many people they have there. So they could have like 15 people there all trying to drive in the same hour. So then it turns out you only get like a couple runs, or you can go on a night. Just so happens there's like nobody there, and there's like two of you, and then it's $20 and you get to blow your engine. You know what I mean? Like because of the amount of time you get to run. It really just depends on any given night.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
So what is it? What car are we driving here? What are we talking about? Like what?
Right now, we're driving a 1994 BMW 325 IS. We put a Fox Body 5.0 V8 in it, so it gets a lot more torque and a little bit more horsepower. It's got little things done to it. A bit of suspension, roll cage gutted, just the normal, pretty much the essentials. I wouldn't say roll cage is essential, but you know, we got a better motor in it. Some
Safety
suspension.
is key.
Safety is key.
We have seat belts. We run
Yeah.
seat belts.
So
Sweet.
where did you buy that car off of?
I actually, in right out of high school, I got an old BMW, about an '87 one. I owed some money on it, so I sold it to pay the guy off, and then I bought like a '69 BMW, super old school. We were getting on Craigslist and stuff, and looking for cars. We kind of got the '69 to relax a little bit and kind of chill out.
You guys
Not
are
get so
racing that?
crazy. Huh?
You guys are racing that one?
Up in the mountains we would.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too good for drifting because it's such a small wheelbase. It's hard to balance. But we would race it up in the mountains and stuff. But we were on Craigslist one day and came across my chassis that I have now, and it was beat up, but it was roll caged already. So we figured it's just really cosmetics. We can work with that. So
Who's we? Who are we talking about here?
me and one of my buddies, Eric.
Eric.
We're me, Eric, Daniel. There's a few other guys. who
He's the
help
guy
out.
with the glasses, right? I met him
Eric has
before.
glasses. He has contacts now, but yeah, he
Oh,
used to wear
okay.
glasses.
No
back when-
Upgrade.
glasses.
Upgrade.
What's
Right. Upgrade.
Sometimes glasses are cool, dude.
Sometimes,
Superman was pretty bad.
Sometimes.
He
You
wore
wear
glasses. He
glasses.
wore glasses. Okay, go on. So Eric.
So yeah, there's a few of us that put time and effort into this car. A lot of us actually, and it wouldn't really be possible without all the help of everybody. But we contacted the guy on Craigslist, and he said if your car, it was out in Oxnard, so pretty far from here, and
Fuck
it was a
yeah.
hot summer day, so he's like, if your car makes it, I'll trade you. So we're like, well, what do we got to lose? Let's go try. And that thing cruised all the way out there. We got there and saw the new chassis that we're running now, the E36 chassis. And we were kind of like, oh man, dude, like this thing's a lot worse in person. Like you couldn't see certain things in the post. Like the front bumper was like halfway ripped off, but you couldn't see it.
So he wasn't like completely honest by it, or if you created a post, would you put information like that inside of it?
Normally you'd take a lot better photos around the car so that you could actually see what you're getting.
Did you let him know where you were coming from? Like,
yeah.
Did you let him know what kind of drive you were taking?
Right. We told him pretty much everything about the car. It's got rust. We just brought it home and fired it up and changed the oil on it. It runs now. And so he knew the distance. So he was like, if you can make it out here, then sure, I got no problem trading. So we made it out there, and he traded us. And then we brought it home.
And that was the small, like...
old school.
Was that that was the older one that you had?
69.
Yeah.
Old 1969.
Dude, that thing was pretty cool looking though.
I think I saw you driving around Sky Country.
It was a small period of time that you had that, right? It was like less than a year.
Yeah, it was way less than a year. We probably had that car for, oh geez, I don't even know. We bought it for $1,000 off of a buddy out in Riverside. We probably had it for 5-6 months. We didn't have it very long.
Yeah.
We just cut the springs on it, rolled the fenders, put some little 15x8s on it, and cut the
that thing was bad.
Were those colorful?
I really liked that car when you had that one.
Yeah, that car's bad. I really want to get another one, but money's
what year
tight.
was it again?
1969. 1969.
How can you forget the year?
It's a good year.
Sorry. Yeah, the Ranchero has a 76, man, so that one's like...
Yeah, that thing's nice.
What year?
A 76.
Oh, that's like an odd number.
76! How can you forget that number?
You remember 69 easier.
It's right after...
The gas station.
75. Right before 75.
Right.
So what is it, 76?
Yeah, it's a 76.
What were you saying, colorful?
Yeah.
What do you mean by
the
that?
rims. Were the rims
Oh,
colorful?
no. Yeah, my car. Well, now my car.
That was the one.
Because that's the one I remember seeing.
The white one.
Okay,
with
yeah.
the pink wheels.
Yeah, so Micah also had another white BMW.
My first car.
What year was that?
That was a 1987.
The 87, yeah, and that had the hot pink wheels on it.
So you've had nothing but BMWs then.
Yeah, well, I had a Toyota. I started off in a Toyota pickup truck.
Okay, so tell me the deal. Okay, so I have some guys that I know that also go to Adams Motorsports or even are into cars in general, and there seems to be like this retarded rivalry like there isn't anything that I ever got into between what do they call them, like rice burners and like European cars, or you know, so what
rice
why
burner?
yeah,
that's
dude,
what
rice burners,
Ricers,
rice cookers, rice burners, rice heaters, tryhards. wait what, okay, and okay, we'll get to tryhard. So what's the deal with that? Why does that come about, or why do you think that comes about?
I don't know, man. Like, I don't get it. There's different preferences. I get that. Okay, so most of the crap talking really goes between like the Japanese kids who run like Nissans and Hondas and all these other cars versus the American guys who run Camaros and Mustangs and things like that. Most of the time, the European kids kind of just sit back and watch it go on. But we get involved. I get involved sometimes with the crap talking.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. It's really, I think, just a preference thing. People like certain styles. People want to be rolling a Japanese car because that's where drifting started. I don't know. There's different things. Some cars better than others. Really.
So when hype like that gets created, does that just kind of like automatically you flow into it, or do you kind of like try to disregard it like at a front, and then if whoever you're talking to seems defensive in that sort of way, you go with it? Or are you kind of ignore it? Do you say like, oh, what rivalry between these two things? Or
yeah, no, I don't really get involved. I've only gotten like really upset like one time, but it wasn't really because it was somebody. I don't even know what he drives. It was just some YouTuber, like always. But I let him get the best of me and kind of got upset and started talking smack.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I just kind of try to keep to myself and focus on driving. And if it's like crap talking about driving, like you suck, then it's like, all right, dude.
Does it ever get serious? Like you're just like, have you seen anything get real serious?
No, it's not no Fast and the Furious stuff.
No, like
brawl
just been a
breaks out.
confrontation, like someone's in a fight because they just couldn't take the smack anymore.
No, I've never been there personally. Have I seen anybody get there? I've seen people talk pretty harshly behind backs.
Yeah.
I do. I'm a venter, so I hit up my friends and I'm like, man, this fool pissed me off, and like I'll talk to them about it.
So does everybody that goes to that track drifts, or is it just some people go to see how fast they can do a lap?
Well, there's 2 different nights. So there's the drift night, which is on Thursday nights. You guys owe me money for this, which is pretty fun and lively.
Yeah.
And then there's Tuesday nights for time attack, which is you racing against the clock pretty much.
Oh, okay.
The track's a little too small to run like 10 cars side by side trying to actually race. Like,
Yeah.
like a circuit race.
Yeah.
It's more of a time attack kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's more, can I beat my last time? Or
Yeah.
can I beat so-and-so's time? And it's cool to see the different cars come out, and you got like the Mitsubishi guys in their Evos, and then you got the Subaru guys in their STIs.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
And you got like the guys in the underpowered Miatas, and most of the time the Miatas are killing it because they're such a small car. And
Yeah.
I mean, a couple different things to it, and the thing screams, and it'll fly through the track. I got to drive one.
So have you always
Go
been
fast,
into
go
like
fast.
the Euro cars?
No, I wasn't for a while.
No.
I got into Euro in high school. I was more involved with more of the American scene because that's what my family is. My mom used to have a Judge GTO back in the day, and she used to mess around in the street race and stuff. And now she has a Subaru STI, so still another
Your
fast
mom?
car. Yeah, my mom.
Dang.
And then my brothers got involved. My dad wasn't really involved in hot rods. He didn't really care. He's more of a four-wheeler kind of guy.
Yeah.
But my brothers have always been into American cars, so I just defaulted to
that.
69 Camaro. Like, that's my dream car.
Yeah.
But then high school came around, and a buddy got an E30, my friend Daniel, and I was like, dude, that's a sick car. I kind of started to realize what it was as far as drifting goes. Like, it's an inline 6. It's kind of a small wheelbase still, but it's a sweet platform. Most of them come with limited slip differentials, meaning like both wheels locked together, so it's easier to slide around corners and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, dude, that's a sweet car right there, you know. I was like, I might as well just get one of those. So then we started leaning toward Euro. And then after I had that was it. I'm sold on Euro.
You're
I love
just
it.
spun out.
Euro, yeah, oh yeah, all the time, man. It happens. I usually don't when we're practicing. It's weird.
While we practice.
When I practice, I usually do like amazing, or like when we're having fun, dude. It's just like fun, you know. That's all it is. But
Yeah.
then once like it comes to competition, I do get nervous ticks, and next thing you know, I'm spinning out. And it's
Yeah.
like, what the heck, you know? But
Dang.
most of the time, we can pull through.
Yeah.
It takes a minute to warm up, but once you get there, it's usually smooth sailing. But spinning
Cool,
out
man.
all the time.
So you have like future plans for your next car, or are you still thinking on?
There's a couple of ideas. So I'm getting another motor from another friend, and I'm really thinking about if I'm gonna end up building the same chassis that I have with a better, faster motor, which would cost me a lot of money to do,
Yeah.
or I can take the chassis I have now and do a little bit more performance upgrades to it, like such as if we turbo it, we can probably get a good 350, 400 to the wheels, which is a really good number to have, especially in amateur.
Yeah.
So I mean, we don't know where we're gonna go. If we're gonna turbo or build a new chassis, but I'm leaning more toward just going turbo, just
Yeah.
because it's gonna be easier. Car's already built. Don't have to go buy another one and buy all the same parts again. Just build the one we have.
Yeah.
Smash it into a wall and then build another one once it's gone.
Do you guys usually remove, like, if you guys need to get like more airflow, would you want to take out like the air filter and just have like that open air filter, or no?
I mean, it's
stay all stock.
well, a lot of air intake companies. I used to work for a K&N out in Riverside, so a lot of intake companies. I mean, a clean motor is a healthy motor. So when you got good clean air, nice cool clean air, then your motor is going to be running good. There's no grime building up in it. I mean, there will be because engines do that, and dirt does still get past filters. But a lot of filters nowadays are they have high CFM, which is the airflow rating. They're so good that you don't really even. I mean, you're just causing harm if you don't run one. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you don't run a filter, you're causing more harm than just putting one on. And most of these engines don't exceed like what the air filter can flow. You know what I mean? Like nobody's like, I can't run an air filter at all because my engine pulls in way too much air. Like there's no way. Like it doesn't hold you back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As far as performance.
Yeah, so there's no plus for it.
No,
There's
no
point.
plus, not
You're gonna
driving.
waste some money.
Is there any interest in like getting like a say like a newer year, or is it better for you to like get an older model and then do what you can, like do what you know how to do to it?
Right. So going into a newer model looks better for sponsors. Now there is still sponsors who are interested in these older chassis because they're still building parts for these cars. So there's pluses and minuses. The plus to the older car is that as far as our BMWs here in the Inland Empire, every single junkyard has at least 5 of them in it right now, probably. You know what I mean?
So you can go in there. There's always parts when something goes wrong.
Right. And then the newer chassis, I mean, there's pluses because a lot of people like to see newer cars out there. Like, for instance, like that new Scion FRS that they made. Everybody's
That's
like
a 2-door, right?
2-door car,
Two-seater.
boxer engine. Right, it's built by, it was a combo of Toyota and Subaru, and then Scion ended up taking it. And then I know that Toyota
What are those cars running right now?
I don't even know.
Well, you take a guess?
Probably somewhere in the high 20s, I would like to say. It's, I mean,
almost 30.
I think so.
They're probably
Not
around there.
Not positive, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like a smaller car, 2-seater.
Yeah, I know
Little
somebody
sports
that
car.
has one right now. Yeah, he has like $600 car payments.
It's always tempting to like get a car like that, but then it's like, you know, you get the speed, you get the reason for it, but like, man, when it comes to like going anywhere, you're so restricted, you know. So I'd always feel weird like investing in a car like that. You know what I mean?
No, what do you mean by that?
Like if it's small, like a 2-seater, like it's not like you can. Well, obviously you can't bring more than 2 people.
Yeah.
You have very limited like room on packing things. Like if you need to go somewhere, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know?
but
Like
it's
if
all-
I wanted to go surfing, like it's not like I'd put my surfboard on top of a little car like that.
Oh, I'll do
you know?
it.
Yeah, no.
Oh, dude, just hold it. Yeah.
Just put a little roof rack on it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but it all goes back to like someone's preference too. If your preference is to have a 2-seater car and you don't have nobody else to ride around, then that's what you're gonna like.
This
You
is
know?
for you.
Right, cars are purpose built. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going on an adventure, yeah, you're probably going to want like an SUV or a Jeep or something like that. Now, if you're
'Cause
trying to race.
With me too, like I used to be,
No.
I used to be one of the racers. I guess you know.
Nice.
I used to be big into the Civics, dude. I love
Yeah.
Civics. I
They're
love a
good
lot of
cars.
the older models. Like in high school, I had CRXs, and then I had EF. I had an EF, and then I bought a newer one, my 05 SI hatch. That
Yeah.
I bought.
Micah, did you want a water or something?
Sure, yeah. I'll
Okay.
take one.
So,
Really
like
want
I
to
had
do
that for a while, but it, you know,
Give
like
me
after
one.
a while, I don't know. I kind of just grew out of the phase of just
Yeah,
kinda
yeah.
the whole car thing.
Opa! We had some kitchen stuff go down.
There it goes.
But yeah, I
Everything.
mean, me and one of my good friends got to drive some Civics back in the day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say back in the day. Probably like 2008 or so. Two of my friends got some like brand new Civic SIs, and
Obviously.
we were out at the Drift parking lot that we used to go drive at, and they pretty much threw us the keys and were like, "Here you guys go, like have some fun." So we got to drive these cars around, and they're great cars. My girlfriend drives the Civic, and
Yeah.
it's a great car. As far as like a race car,
Girlfriend shout out.
girlfriend shout out, Hannah, what's up, girl?
Hannah Serrano.
But I mean they're good cars. Like I said, purpose built cars. Civics, they can build them fast.
Yeah.
You can make a really fast
Yeah,
car.
and they go, right? They just keep going
go.
and going
Yeah,
and
the
going.
V10s, right?
They do.
I mean,
No,
I
they
only
run
heard
forever.
good things about Honda.
Especially, I've heard a lot about like the Accords, about just how they keep going.
They
Wow,
run
that's
forever.
the one, the Odyssey.
Yeah,
man,
you know
that's
what?
a good car.
Paisas have a lot of respect for the Hondas, bro.
Yeah.
Just like Martin does.
And Asians, some Asians.
And
There's Asians out
Well,
there.
they already have respect for him, but you know when you're trying to get some water out of like a shirt or something, you just squeeze that car, dude, out of its last drop, bro. Just like
I don't know. For me, it was more about like the look. You know.
Yeah.
Of course, I wanted it to go fast too, but I just like the way they look, dude.
Yeah.
Did you already
Like-
talk about your car? Your Honda?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you
we were
okay,
talking
you were
about
just
it right
talking
now.
about
Yeah.
it.
Like my CRX that I had, dude. I love the way it looked. A little 2-seater car. You know, small, light. You know, you put a bigger engine in it and it goes fast,
Oh, yeah.
dude.
That's no
Especially
jam.
if you gut it out, but I never liked the gut out look, you know, like I
Yeah.
always liked it just stock.
Nice interior.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I like those cars because for me they were nice, dude. You know, you didn't have to do much to them. All that it needed was just a little low, and that was it. Pretty much, you know.
There you go.
No tint, nothing. Not sometimes not even an exhaust change, just a little low, and that was it, dude.
Yeah, no, definitely. They're great cars, hands down. Honda makes amazing cars.
But yeah, they do.
As far as race car,
Yeah.
there's a couple of them out there. There's fast guys out there, no doubt. But I personally, I like the rear wheel drive.
Yeah. No, that's
That's
cool,
where
man.
I'm at.
Yeah. I spun out. No, did I spin out? No. Fucking happened to me.
I spun out. That's spun out.
I had a 92 Ford Mustang. It was a 2.3. And those cars are bad, dude. Had what? Two spark plugs per cylinder. So
Really?
people are like, yeah, dude. People always think like your car has eight spark plugs but 4 cylinders. Like, yeah, it's weird.
Nice.
But, yeah, dude. I don't know why. I never looked into it, but there's like, you know, like the puddles and like the little dips in the streets.
Yep.
And my wheels got wet, and I was going, and I started gliding like. And I just kind of like my arm out. I'm like, oh, I should settle pretty soon. Once I did, I was like.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sketchy.
I would race. No, I would race, but I knew I couldn't win.
Right.
Just because like it was a 2.3.
Yeah.
But you'd still race.
There's tons of guys out there.
I'm like, I would race at start at the at the lights, but not on the freeway. I'd fucking seriously.
Okay.
Just, as long as it's not. As long as it wasn't in overdrive, because I used to put in overdrive because it would be like quieter. But if I leave it in drive, if I'm like, oh, you're not feeling fast today, leave it in drive, my motor would get real loud, and I'm like, Grrr. That's cool.
Nice.
Sold that shit.
Okay, Nick. I know you have a good story.
I don't.
You were in your car. You were in your car one time, and you told me about it. It was on the on ramp of the 91 freeway, and you got in it with some guy, right? Like he was honking at you.
Oh man,
What
dude,
was that?
that
What
was a
happened
long
there?
time ago, dude. That was like fucking out of high school. I don't know what happened. I was underage. I know I was a little kid still. What happened, dude?
Did he honk at you, or did he like?
Oh, dude,
somehow did he fender bend you?
At the Rubidoux Drive-In? No, at Riverside Drive-In.
Okay.
Van Buren. There's if you're going from say Woodcrest area down into like Riverside, there's this lane underneath the freeway that opens up. And so as soon as that opened up, well, this dude cut me off and I got mad. So he was carrying like a trailer, and then I got in that new lane real quick, and he was trying to get there. He got mad because I had just squeezed in, and he ended up, he got out of his car, and I had my sunglasses on. He threw them on the ground, and then
He took your sunglasses.
he took my sun off my face because he was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, I rolled down my window. I was like, "I'm driving," but I was yelling back for some reason. I was just yelling.
Wait, why did the altercation start?
Because I cut him off.
cut him
I
off.
squeezed in the lane.
So then
I didn't cut him off.
So then he.
You cut him
so
off.
then you had to stop at a stoplight, and
Dude,
then he got out. How'd that happen?
Like, see, this is one lane, right? And then this new lane is barely opening up.
Yeah.
I squeezed in.
Got you. Okay.
And he was trying, but I was already there. I was just in his blind spot.
Okay, so then when did the car stop? That's what I want to know.
We
Like,
got a red
when did-
light.
Okay,
the
so you
worst
got a
one.
red light.
Yeah, I got a
and
red
then-
light. Yeah,
Worst.
I got a red light right behind him. I'm like, God damn it. I seen him get out of his car, and he was like some dude with like long, like curly hair, like a mullet, and he had like a blonde girlfriend in the car. But older dudes, they're probably like 35.
So there's multiple of them?
Oh, so he was
They-
showing off.
Yeah,
The guy
he was
trying
showing
to be
up.
a
Yeah,
chick.
There's only one of
yeah,
you.
dude. Yeah, only one of me, like a little kid. And
Nice.
and then he comes up to me. Well, he probably once he realized like my face, like this kid is a kid. He was just like, "What's your problem?" I'm like, "I don't have a problem, dude." Like I don't know what really went on in my head, but he ended up grabbing my glasses off of them. They were like really cool. Grabbed them like
Really
on top
cool.
of it. They were like real, like they were like weird designs, like kind of like a gate. And he took them off, and then we ended up. I think I punched him. I got in the car. I punched him, and then
Yeah.
we had a few punches, and then I don't know if I had a bloody nose. I don't know what
So
happened.
this turned into a fight.
Yeah, dude, it was just like
Oh
a
my
few
God.
punches.
He
and
kind
then
of throws it in there like, blah, blah,
and
blah,
then-
we're talking, a few punches come in.
Bloody
I think I got a
nose.
bloody nose.
I forgot, dude.
It wasn't good for me, dude.
I cut it long, but
I was
let's keep,
like-
that's not the point.
Dude, I mean, like, there was an older dude, and I could have fucking pressed charges on this guy, but I didn't. I didn't know about that shit at all, dude. I just get in my car, like, we fought for a little bit, and then the light turned green, and then like I don't know what.
You guys shook
should I
hands
just
and
stop? Like good fight.
Yeah, what was going through your head, dude? Like,
Dude,
what
I
the-
don't remember.
stuff.
Man. I really don't
Yeah, it
remember.
was I remember it was a
It
while
was-
ago.
this was a long-
And when you told me the story, dude, my heart was like pumping,
I
dude. I'm
think I
like,
was barely 16.
what would I do, dude? You know?
I barely
Not
got.
roll
I
down
didn't
the
have a
window,
license.
just drive.
When I barely got the
Red light.
Mustang.
I'd be like,
It's because I had the, it was a
I'm
Mustang.
listening to a podcast
Speak
right now.
Spanish, dude.
Sorry.
Like, what?
Get
this.
I should have been like,
Get away.
he was an asshole, and I went to my lady's house after that, and that was it.
She cleaned you up and stuff.
You know, you
I don't
really,
remember.
dude,
Yeah,
you
that's
really
sketch.
don't know when people are freaking on their edge, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
dude, road rage is so crazy, dude. Every day I'm out there driving, dude, and I'm just like, when it comes to like even somebody at a stoplight, like I'd rather look at them to see like what's distracting them from not seeing that it's a clearly green light than just to like honk at them. I mean, after 10 seconds or whatever, of course, I'm freaking laying on
We're
them. I'm
honking.
gonna be like,
People,
Right.
people are so quick to honk though. Even if you're at
people
the
are
light
very quick to honk.
for like the light turns
Like, it's green,
They're
go!
there for a
Yeah.
second. You know, they're already honking. Like, what are you waiting for? You know.
Yeah, but I mean, there was a time where Karina had just got her license, and I was in high school at the time. We're coming down Limonite, and you know it's a little backed up, and this guy's in this lifted Suburban, like old school thing, dude, and freaking, you know, he's putting his hands out the window, this and that, and then we see him somehow he ends up going in the wrong lane, dude. He goes in the wrong lane, like on opposing traffic, and he tries to fit up where the intersection was, so just so he could pass like 7 cars, dude. We end up catching up to the guy, and me and Karina, dude, we're just stupid, you know. We're like, woo! Because we were behind him. We're like, yeah, you didn't get too far, did you? You know, we started yelling at the guy, you know, like, woo, honking our horn, like, here we are, you know. So where the new Walmart is, right there on Limonite, it was then a Vons, but we ended up pulling in that parking lot because I think we were going to there was a pizza place in there,
That dude
something like
followed
that. He followed us in the parking lot, and then dude, Karina, I didn't have my license yet, so Karina was driving. We pull in, we see the guy follows us in the parking lot. So sure enough, he's already in a hurry, you know, and then he ends up pulling out and has this altercation with us. But he's like in his car, like backing up onto the islands that they have, like with the grass and stuff. He's like boom, boom, like not letting us out, and he's like reaching for his seatbelt. But in my head, I'm like, dude, he's like reaching for a gun or something. You know what I mean? Like I was like super scared, dude. I didn't know what to do. And eventually, like, I think he saw, like, how young we were, say, like, kind of like you were saying, and he backed
realized,
off,
like,
dude. But,
oh,
like,
no.
he had opened his door, and, like, he was about to get out, and we totally, like, got away from that whole situation. But I was like, man, dude, how quick can it go from, like, oh, I'm just trying to get somewhere to freaking, like, people trying to kill each other, dude? Like, it's super crazy.
Yeah, it gets ridiculous out there for sure.
Have you dealt with any sort of road rage or anything like that? You're
I
probably
can't
the cause
remember.
of it, dude.
I was.
Yeah.
I could tell you for sure. I was probably the cause of a lot of the road rage, dude. But I'm sure if somebody was trying to follow me, I got away because there was no way, dude. They were gonna catch up to me. There was no way, dude.
Straight Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Cut the
Especially
lanes,
like
jump the curves.
back in the day, especially when I was on the freeway, that's where I would just haul, dude. Like I would just go for it. And it was for me like that was the rush, like just
Yeah.
kind of just swerving through traffic.
Sketch.
It didn't even matter how fast you were going, dude. You could be like in like bumper to bumper traffic, and if you're able to just kind of just maneuver through there quick, like just like right away without hesitating, trying to get through one car through another, like that was a rush for me, you know, and that's what I would do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I pissed a lot of people off, dude,
Oh yeah.
because now when somebody passes me and they're going quick, dude, I'm always thinking like, what are you guys doing? You know, what the hell? What if I had like a little baby in my car or something? You know?
Oh,
Dude, that's somebody's
It's
baby.
all
Oh,
right.
hey, so,
For real,
you
dude,
and Elena
hey.
planning a baby, huh?
No,
What's
no.
going on there?
But that's like now, like that's the kind of mentality I have. You
No,
know?
yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
before,
Like,
like
you
it was
wouldn't even
like,
know.
Yeah, before it was just like I'm just gonna try to go through all
That
these
was
people
you,
right
dude.
now, you
That
know?
was you flying by.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Some guy was like, "Hey, I got my kids back here, man."
And I'm just
Think
like,
you're
whatever.
Tell him,
What,
dude.
yeah, what about the story with you and your
No,
me and your
you,
cousin?
You tell him that one, man. You're driving.
Well, let me start this story then. No, okay, so we're on the freeway, dude, on the 91 going eastbound, right? I'm over there like in Riverside, passing La Sierra, Castle Park over there.
Right.
You know, dude, The 91 is the craziest freeway. Like, it backs up, or it'll be cool, and then it'll suddenly back up.
Yeah.
And that was the case in which I had my first, like, major accident. Actually, my only major accident.
I almost had an accident there too.
But, so, actually, me and Nick, right here, we're carpooling with each other. His cousin is driving parallel with us on the 91 freeway. Yeah, we were hanging out. We met
Alex.
up somewhere, and then we were going to his cousin's house.
Yeah.
And he lived in Riverside. So we were going down the 91 freeway.
Oh, we're throwing pennies.
I don't remember that.
We're throwing-
I mean,
we're
you
throwing
could add.
pennies.
Hold on. You could add your parts of it when it comes. But we're driving down parallel, dude, and eventually it comes to like just we're both trying to meet up to this spot. To we're trying to go faster to meet up to the spot. To we're both kind of racing and weaving to get how far we can, you know. And I was probably 18 years old.
What were you driving?
I was driving a Corolla, but the decals in the back, you know, it spells Corolla, like the C and the L was off, so it said Oral. So it's like it was called the Oral. Yeah, we called it the Oral. But it was a little, you know, it was a little dark blue Corolla. It was like a
A little dark blue.
03,
It was a fast
2000.
car.
You know, it was a little itty bitty thing, you know, and they tried to find the least amount of things they could put in a car and just put it on the street, put four wheels on it, and threw it on the road. That's what it was. But anyways, so this guy Artie, he had a what was it? A freaking
Lancer.
Evo,
Yeah,
Lancer Evo.
Lancer.
An
So
Evo.
yeah, so he's jamming, dude. It gets open, and all of a sudden, I'm in carpool and he's by himself. So he's kind of weaving and he just catches an edge, dude, on his Evo, and he just goes sideways, dude. And by the point I noticed that he lost control of his car, he was going backwards on the 91, like at 75 miles per hour. Me and him look across the freeway, looking at him. He's staring backwards, dude,
Yeah.
like the other direction, and he's just like has this look of confusion on his face, dude. Like,
What's going on?
like what? Like, why are you facing that way? And I'm looking at him like, why are you facing that way, dude? And sure enough, like smoke's going from his tires, and then I'm looking at him. This guy freaks out. It's his cousin, dude. He's like, oh shit, you know. And we're looking at him. He's turning around, and before you know it, dude, I look back. The traffic stopped, dude.
Oh god.
And I said originally I was in the carpool lane, but I was actually in the fastest lane, and I'm going through, and the traffic stops, and last minute I veer to my left to the carpool, and I cross the W yellow when I see the opening, and it was by last minute, dude. I ended up hitting the left driver fender of the guy in front of me, and I was just like, boom, dude, took him out. And his tire ended up like tucking into the car, but he didn't have the real differential. Like I guess whatever car he was driving, it just had it was like a cheap Honda, dude, and it had like a standard like fixed, you know, like wheels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were just sitting there. Yeah, so it was front wheel
Rear
drive. Like
wheels
at
just
first
sitting
when I
there.
saw it, I'm like, great, dude.
Like
I
old
broke his
drivetrain
whole.
and everything.
Yeah, I thought I ruined the car.
Right.
But turns out like it was just that bracket that was holding the wheel on the floor.
Oh man.
So he veers off. This guy ends up being super cool, dude. Like Vietnamese guy. But the guys in the traffic, like,
Assholes.
saw us being total jerk offs because, you know, we were weaving through traffic. We could have killed somebody, dude.
Right.
And we pull off to the side. These guys that saw us, they pulled over and were like, we saw you guys and you guys were acting like idiots. Like, I'm surprised you guys aren't dead, this and that. And I was already shaking because I was in the accident. My tire was done. Like, I barely made it off to the side of the freeway.
Right.
And I ended up calling a good buddy of mine at the time, and he always came through, and he brought a trailer, picked up the guy. We took him to like Hollywood, like
Yeah.
past LA, dude.
So
we
he
took
ended
him out
up
there.
crashing too then.
Yeah, like I ruined his car, dude.
Yeah,
My
you
car
crashed
was
it.
ruined. It got towed home.
No,
and-
your buddies, the guy
The
that
Evo.
originally, the Evo.
No.
No.
Oh, yeah. So I
No.
forgot about that part. So the reason why I crashed because I was looking at the guy. I ended up looking at him, got in this accident, and as I was pulling through the accident, because I hit him and I was able to keep going,
Right.
but I wasn't about to leave the scene.
You
You know,
kinda
like
just skinned him.
I skinned him, and then it ruined his car. But then I pulled off because I wasn't about to freaking do a hit and run. You know, so. He ends up making the full 360, dude. Keeps going and coasts off, dude. Pulls up next to the accident, like oh, dude, what happened, bro? Like, oh, I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? You freaking did a 360 on the 91 doing like 75 miles per hour.
It was
dude.
intentional.
It was intentional. He was just like,
he
he's all Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, for style.
He just
Totally
watched part
perfect,
2.
dude.
Style.
He didn't care.
Was he doing the look and stare? Remember that?
The look.
Yeah,
He did like the blow the kiss, like as he turned around.
That's
I
what
crashed.
made you guys kind of like, oh.
But the
shit.
guy was
That's what
cool,
happened.
dude. Like
That's what
we
really
ended up
happened.
going, like, and you know what? I ended up, I lied to the guy, dude. I said like, you know, like I said I wasn't paying attention. I told the guy like that a friend of mine did that, not maneuver. He unintentionally did a 360, spun
Right.
out because he lost control of his vehicle. But I was like, you know, I saw him, and then I looked forward, and then you guys were all braking, and it went from like going 65 comfortably to like nothing. And so he's like, oh, cool, you know, it's okay. He like didn't speak a lot of English, but he ended up, you know,
He
because
probably
we
didn't have a
told.
license. Or
No, he
insurance.
was. The bummer part of it is he was working, and I guess he was doing like dentistry, like delivering like sterile utensils.
Oh.
So he was like on his way to like local dentist shops to, you know, bring them picks and whatever, like
Just took out
cleaning
his
tools.
job, dude.
No, so he called his employer. Everything was cool, but you know, as a way of us towing his vehicle because maybe he didn't have that sort of coverage, or I would have probably ended up having to pay for it anyways
Yeah, it
if my
would've been
friend
your
didn't
fault.
come through. But he took us out to dinner, dude. He took us to like this Chinese buffet.
What the heck?
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
after
dude.
you hit him?
Yeah, he paid for it. He paid for my buddy that towed us, me, and himself, dude. We dropped his car off, and he was like, you know what? It's cool that we met this way, and you guys are good people.
Wow.
And he took us to dinner, dude.
Dang.
I'm
Yeah.
like, this
and
is
then
weird.
And then my friend pegged me because I took him, like, it was a distance, dude, and there's a lot of traffic. Like, he tricked me into eating frog legs. Like, he
Oh,
took,
nice.
like the meat off of them, and he's like, oh, try this meat. It's really good. It was, like, super greasy, dude. I'd never eat
Dude,
frog legs
it
again.
tastes like chicken, dude. It's not that bad.
Maybe
man.
the taste of the meat's like that, but the frog legs are very oily, dude.
Like
Have you ever tried them?
No.
It was probably just the place you had them at.
No, I eat hot dogs.
Frog
and
legs are
hamburgers.
oily, dude. And every time I say that I've tried them that way, like, people agree, like,
It really
they've been
does
oily.
taste like chicken, dude.
Really?
It really does. The
When
frog
did you
legs-
eat frog legs?
There's some like Asian buffet by my cousin's house
Buffet. How
that we
dare
go
you.
to. Hey, that's what it is, dude.
Okay, go.
So they have
Fat.
they.
You have something against the
Buffet?
French?
How do you say buffet?
Buffet.
Buffet.
Like Home Depot?
A buffet.
Home Depot.
A buffet.
We went to the buffet, and no, yeah,
Soufflé?
dude, it
Buffet?
does. It tastes just like chicken.
Depot?
It tastes
Jimmy
just
Buffett?
like chicken, dude.
Jimmy,
Jimmy Buffet.
No,
He's
that's
pretty-
Jimmy Buffett.
He pronounces Jimmy Buffet.
Jimmy buffet.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Don't make fun of my.
Yeah, so driving,
Under the influence.
no, driving
Oh.
period is like a crazy thing to do. Like around here, Southern California, it's definitely tricky. You get into other states, you always hear like, oh, it's lovely driving on the highway. There's nobody there, but it's crazy here, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
I mean, you get caught up for. I mean, you'll get pulled over for your exhaust. I mean, you'll get pulled over for window
Air
tint.
freshener.
Get pulled over
So
for
is
your
your
sound
car
system.
a daily
bumping.
driver? Is it? Or
Uh,
Yeah, are
Yeah.
you driving a daily now?
No. Right
just
now.
track?
You're towing it,
Funny
dude.
you
He's
guys
like,
asked.
okay,
Funny you guys asked.
okay, wait. Hold that
Oh my
thought.
god.
The promos, and I put AM, AM drift driver. Is that is
Right.
that correct?
Yeah. I mean, I've been in a competition,
Okay.
and that
Yeah,
was
you got
last year.
first place, right?
right at Sideways Sunday.
Yeah.
So, I guess we planned on getting into more amateur events this year, but with
And
the situation.
when you say we, is it only you and Eric, or is there a crew?
Well-
Where's Big Mike at?
I say we a lot. Where are you, Big Mike? That's a good question. Where's my camera? Which one's mine? That one's mine.
Yeah,
right?
that one's yours right
Where
there.
are you, Big Mike?
Big Mike.
This guy, like, man, is something else. He's a great guy.
Give a shout out on Instagram for Big Mike.
Dude, we gotta do something for
Follow
Big
Mike.
Mike.
What is
Big
his?
Mike.
No, I mean you don't have
What
to
do
post anything, but what's his tag? What's his?
Big Mike's tag is
It's like Big Mike X something. isn't it?
yeah, it's Big XX Mike.
Big XX Mike.
Name's
Check,
Michael
check that guy
Ramirez.
out, dude.
Check him out.
Young.
I'm
He's
sure-
a younger dude, right? Like he's
He's
well, he's
no, he's the
is he
same
20
age as
yet?
me. Yeah, he's 21.
21.
I believe.
Doing
believe so.
fabrication, doing some cool things.
Yeah, him and his uncle, man, they build some pretty sketchy but like cool stuff.
And when you start to know a guy like that, I mean, that's like total crucial to like what you got going on.
Oh, yeah.
It's good to have a friend like that, you know. And he's also probably gonna do big things and
All right,
in
he's
custom
going
world.
places. He's going places for sure. I mean, he's a hard worker. They build sweet stuff. But I have my brother for fabrication.
Oh, okay.
My brother does pretty much all my fab stuff. If he's not busy, he does all my stuff.
How many brothers do you have?
I have two. I have two older brothers, an older sister, and then I'm the youngest.
So which brother is it that you do the
The
fabrication
oldest
work
one.
with?
Oldest one. His name's Steven. Steven Garcia.
Steven Garcia.
Shout out Steven Garcia.
Steven Garcia.
Eyeball Engineering.
Eyeball Engineering.
Instagram.
At Eyeball Engineering?
At Eyeball Engineering.
Okay.
Cool
Sweet.
guy.
You got that.
Fab work.
So he does all the work on your car.
He
when you
does.
need it.
He does the fab work. He does he does all the fabrication.
You put the roll cage in there?
No. The roll cage was in there already, which is kind of one of the bigger reasons why I went with that trade, getting rid of my old classic for that one, for the 94 that I have now.
Yeah.
But he did the engine mounts on our new motor, and he did the transmission mounts.
They're heavier, right?
Drive shaft. What was that?
Are they heavier than what was already in there?
Well, they're because we took the inline 6, the old 2.5 inline 6 BMW engine out. We ended up blowing it at last year's competition, the one that we won. We blew it on the way home. It was pretty much blown already, but we overheated it all day, and I kind of told me and the two guys who were with me, which is my buddy Frankie and my other buddy Ryan Parker, and I told them that like let's just run it, and if it blows, it blows. Like I didn't want to go out there and punk out. Like I just had to sell like a car to get there. I did a lot of stuff to get there, and I'm like I'm not gonna come here, sacrifice all that junk, and then lose. You know what I mean? Like just to go, oh the car's running warm, let's stop. So we just ran it and blew it. But then we put in the V8. Yeah, on the way home.
But you won first place on that though.
Yeah, but we got first place on that. So.
Cool.
And my mom always tells me, "Is that worth it?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was. It totally was."
Now that car can rest in peace.
Yeah.
Mom, look at the trophy.
Yeah, it's a nice trophy. It's a nice trophy. I like it a lot. So I mean, he does the fab work, and we put a V8 in it. We got a Mustang 5.0
Nice.
V8 in it now. So he did all the fab work to get that thing fitted in there right and straight and stuff. And amazing work, amazing work.
So what was it now that I interrupted? I did say something. Did you guys hold that thought?
About what?
From beginning.
Oh, we're going from your daily drive. Is that your daily driver?
Daily driver. So it used to be my daily driver when I had a what are those things called? It's like a card and it has your picture on it with like numbers. It says California.
An ID.
A license.
A license.
So when I had my license, because now I'm stuck in a silly situation that I shouldn't be in.
What situation?
I don't have a license right now.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
So,
What happened?
Well, just tickets built up over time. Stupid tickets. Stupid tickets. So, I'll give a shout out to Nico
Okay.
from church. Moncada. Nico. Me and Nico are coming home one day in the 69 BMW. This thing does 60 on like a good day downhill with like bricks in the car, right? This thing is slow.
Yeah.
We're coming around a bend. Happens to be a cop on a motorcycle. Supposedly we were doing like 63. First we're doing like 60 in a 30, and then all of a sudden we're doing 63 and like a 45. It was just all mixed up, but me and Nico are coming home one day, and we got a speeding ticket and the slowest car I've ever had, which is ridiculous. And to do it with one of the middle school kids from church is like, oh gosh.
Great.
Shoot.
But yeah, I mean, I used to daily drive it when I had the inline 6 engine in it. Tags expired. We didn't renew them because we were still in the process of putting the V8 in and stuff.
Yeah.
Finally got the V8 in and running. License doesn't work, so we were kind of just, you know what, I'll just hold the money off on registration and doing all that because we can't register it and smog it, and then we can't even drive it. You know what I mean? So when I do get some money, we're probably going to end up just re-registering it just to do easy trips like to the track, like down the street where we can hop in the car fired up, drive 5 minutes down the road and hit the track and then come home, versus loading it up, getting fuel in the truck, making sure the trailer's all squared away, making sure it's strapped down, going through the whole process. So I not necessarily daily drive it, but we do want to. I do want to start driving it on the street because I mean it's just fun. Yeah, it's good fun when you.
How many miles do you have on it?
The chassis has like, dude, I don't even know. It's like 200 and something thousand miles on the chassis.
And the engine?
The engine, that's a good question. I don't know.
When you say the
Just
chassis,
runs out,
what
runs.
is that exactly? Like the body, the frame?
Right. So
That's everything that's turning or like on the floor, right?
No. The chassis is like
What's
it's kind of the
connected to your
car.
wheels?
It's a
What's
frame,
kind of like
right?
the
It's
bottom
pretty much
of
like the
frame?
body.
Yeah.
It's everything but the mortar, right?
Right.
So
Okay.
everything but the mortar has
So-
that many miles on it.
Yeah.
And the suspension.
But you would
right?
include the body like in that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you're
you
talking
would.
about the
Only
steering
because
wheel,
you're
like all
racing it,
that,
right?
all those components.
Right, like the
Yeah.
frame and everything. Because I mean, over time, driving on these
Does that
roads,
shit just rip? Like,
stuff starts
oh.
kind of tweaking. Yeah, things get messed up. So,
Oh, okay.
So
So you include everything but
Or
the
like
engine
bushings
on
and stuff
a
just start
chassis.
getting worn.
Yeah.
But is that like the definition of a chassis? Like the
It's
definition
his
of
definition.
the definition of a chassis would be what?
What your girls wear.
would be from
chassis.
what I know from my brothers, the definition of chassis is like frame and body, pretty much. And then
Okay.
and then you have the suspension that bolts to all that, and then you have the engine that goes in it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
chassis is more like the body, the frame, the unibody, whatever kind of car you
You
roll.
don't have to like ask somebody like, how's there's suspensions on here, you know?
Right, how many
Yeah.
miles you got on your
Yeah.
suspension. But
Yeah.
so the
But
chassis
people are-
itself.
everything.
But people are interested in that, especially if you do like an engine swap, right? You're like,
Yeah.
okay, the engine's cool, but what about the body?
Exactly. So for instance, my chassis had like 223 something thousand miles on it, but the guy put a new BMW engine in it, like a rebuilt one.
Yeah.
So the rebuilt only had, I don't even know, maybe like 100 something thousand on it,
Mhm.
which is still a lot. But I mean, we
Yeah.
knew that the car has this, but the engine has this many miles.
Yeah, it's
So-
way less than
So the chassis is
original
like
year of the vehicle.
right. It's less than the stock motor that was in there.
I wanted to buy a V8, like a 5.0.
Uh-huh.
It would just get the V8 engine and swap it.
hmm
But then too many forms. That wasn't like too big and like all that kind of like upgrades and shit.
Right.
So some people were saying like, yeah, good luck because your car can't handle that weight. And then this is what people were just trying to do to make it faster. So it's like, damn man, like I can get the V8, swap it in, but then you do the transmission. I'm like, damn, that's too much to do by myself. I was like, I ain't gonna deal with that. Let it be stock. I ended up getting an extra engine because I needed the oil pan.
Right.
I got an extra engine for like for $100.
Nice.
And like once I sold that Mustang, 'cause I got mad at it. I was like, man, get out of here.
Yeah.
Should've sold it to you, man.
Huh. We would have done
You
something
know,
with
I
it.
sold that for like $500.
Yeah, we would have done something with it for sure.
So what are like the external things that have come from you being interested in drifting, like Righteous Rebellion, and explain to the viewers like what Righteous Rebellion is, and also what Tryhard is, or anything else that maybe I don't know about.
Okay. So, kind of some things that came from drifting. I'm a Christian. I believe that Jesus Christ is God's Son and He's the Savior.
Well, you're welcome in this house.
Right. Well, in that case. And I wanted to do something more toward, I felt led to do something more toward like motorsports. So not necessarily just drifting, but like maybe even get into like action sports, BMX, skating. I mean, who knows where it's gonna go? I don't know. It's kind of hard to put like a straight label on Righteous Rebellion saying like it does this.
It's one thing.
It's kind of just like we have a group of guys who we like started a Bible study with. We go to the track and fellowship with Christians there, and even sometimes share with like non-believers or people who don't necessarily call themselves Christians. But we started making shirts, and the idea behind the shirt is to sell shirts and raise money for sending people on mission trips.
Mhm.
So whether it be, some kid who can't raise enough money for the mission trip, we would take a percentage of what we make and give it to him, help him go on to a mission trip.
Mhm.
So it's kind of, I don't really know exactly where it's gonna go, but it's just something that we're kind of just going.
And it's new, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's only been a
it's
few
fresh.
months since you started selling these shirts or whatever.
Right.
What have you made so far? Like,
Oh, we've raised. I was trying to make it to a Philippine mission trip that the church recently went on that I go to.
mhm.
And I lagged it hardcore. I did. I didn't have a passport in time. I didn't raise enough in time. But within the span of like a couple weeks between family and friends and selling a few shirts, we made like $1,200, dude. And it's all stashed away, like waiting for like a new trip. So we don't know what trip I don't know what trip I'm gonna go on yet. But we
You're
want to
like,
go.
Jamaica.
Jamaica, the Bahamas. No, just kidding. No.
He's like,
It's a swap.
No, there's probably a lot of temptation with you
Oh,
like
heck
holding
yeah.
that money. And,
I mean, surprisingly, not really.
Not really.
Not really. Like,
That's
I
good.
mean, a lot of people have hit me up, like, hey, what are you doing with that money, you know?
yeah,
And
because you didn't go.
right, because I didn't go. And sincerely, I mean, it's put away, and it's like, this isn't, because it's not necessarily my money, you know?
Yeah.
I believe that's the Lord's money, and He's blessed us with that to go on a mission trip.
Yeah.
So that money is put away. And, I mean, there's trips coming up in January. There's a Mexico trip with Pastor Brian Park from our church.
Oh,
They
okay.
go out and do, like, power ministry or something.
When are
like
they
that.
going?
In January. It's like a men's kind of mission trip, and we go out there, or they go out there and they build like houses and stuff, and
Okay.
do like a little bit of helping the locals. And
That's
stuff.
cool.
So I mean, there's multiple trips to think about, but really we want to make sure that we're led by the Lord to go on a certain trip. You know,
Mhm.
I mean, I'd hate to go to a trip and then go, oh well, I don't know if that was exactly where He wanted us to go. You know, and totally not think about it and not pray about it or anything. So the money's put away, and we're saving it to go on another trip. The other thing that came from drifting was Try Hard. So Try Hard is something that I had started originally with one of my buddies, and then we kind of separated a little bit, and it was a clean separation. It was kind of like, hey, you know, it's kind of more your thing. So then he kind of went on his way, but he definitely helped me get started and stuff. And then I was alone for a little bit, maybe about a month or so, and then I had met my new business partner, Raul Contreras, and we kind of talked. We had a little meeting, talked a little bit more, and then now he's running Try Hard with me as a partner, and he does a lot of like our marketing, emails.
So this
Instagram.
original guy, he's out of the like he just
Yeah,
decided
yeah.
to do nothing, or he's doing something else.
Oh, as far as like an aftermarket part kind of
Yeah.
thing, no, he just went back to like just regular doing
Just doing what he
work and
does.
stuff, and kind of going on life, and he's doing good, I heard. So then me and Raul now run Try Hard, and we started a team, and we started making better products and getting out cool steering wheels, custom painted stuff, and it's grown fairly fast. I mean, it started in very, very late December. It's kind of a bad time to start. We started like right after Christmas, so everybody was broke.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was buying anything. And then January started to pick up, and then now we're getting a lot more orders in, and we got more like people following us and recognizing us, and we're shooting like promo videos. Like we just went out Sunday to the racetrack, and dude, we're having a blast. And Hannah was out there shooting. My girlfriend was out there shooting. We had another guy named Josh out there who's doing some cool stuff, some video stuff. And we had two of our drivers, which kind of stink because we expected the other guys to be there, but
And
they
they bailed
bailed. Well, a couple of them had legitimate reasons. One guy went to another event. One
That's
of our
not
buddies.
legitimate.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not
yeah.
legitimate.
But I mean, if it kind of sucked because we were planning to shoot a video, but I mean, he's kind of still going out there and kind of spreading the word. So it sucks, but it's still like he's going to another
Spread the
part.
good word.
Right. Right.
Totally bailed on my bros, but you should check them out on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So what is it that you guys sell through? What is it? Try Hard?
Yeah, Try Hard. So it's Try Hard Company. We have wood grain steering wheels. We
Are
have
those powder coated? The other ones, like or how is that painted?
no. We paint those by hand,
Okay.
and then we have them cleared with automotive clear.
Oh,
so
okay.
Like a super
So
nice
it's
clear that
yeah,
gets
it's a whole. It's
nice
held
and
on.
hard, so it doesn't get all junky on you.
Yeah, I
fast.
won't chip or nothing like that.
Right. I mean, you got to really hit it to chip it.
Yeah.
But we do steering wheels. We're looking into all kinds of different products. We're leaning toward doing some hat stuff because everybody likes to have hats. New style steering wheels. We make full aluminum steering wheels, which is what I run in my car. Hydraulic handbrakes. We're just going down the list. We got tie down hooks, which is like these little pieces that bolt onto the bottom of your car. So when you load on the trailer, you just hook onto that and strap it down. We're just going. I mean, it really depends on. We have like a board now that we had brought in. We have a board of people, and now what we're doing is we're coming up to the board and saying, hey, we're thinking about releasing this. What do you guys think? and then we'll talk over it and see if it's something that is worth us investing our time and our money in. But the whole goal is just to get out awesome products and cool stuff at a low cost, because the struggle's real. The struggle's real. So
Yeah, my struggle.
yeah, that's the whole goal really. But try hard, yeah, we do steering wheels, all kinds of stuff.
Hashtag very hard.
Hashtag try hard
And is
company.
it just for
Try
like
harder.
a specific type
What's
of
that?
car, those steering wheels, or are you guys making it for all kinds of models, or is it like more like for the quick release?
Okay, so we have the steering wheels themselves come with a 6-bolt pattern, which is a fairly universal pattern. It works with tons of different products. But that doesn't, our steering wheel wouldn't connect straight to your car.
Yeah.
You'd have to get a hub, which is like an adapter piece, but it's cut out specifically for your steering spline, the little shaft that sticks out. It's cut specifically to fit over that. And then our wheel would go to that. So you have to have one of those in order to make it work. But
What does something like that run? Like the adapter?
hubs, it can go from anywhere to like 120, and I got mine for like $30 on Craigslist. I mean, you really just gotta search. If you want the deal, it's out there. You gotta find it.
Yeah.
But you can get them at almost any shop, or just order it online. Like mine's at like $120 or something, and I was like, no way. And then I found some guy in Fontana selling one for like $30 like the next day, and I was like, that's the one I want. So, and there's a quality difference, but a lot of people bring up the question of like, oh, does your steering wheel flex and all this stuff, and ours doesn't. But regardless, when you're in a race car, if you're in like a legit race car, you're strapped in, and you really shouldn't be relying on your steering wheel as far as stability.
Mm-hmm.
You should be strapped in with your bucket seat and stuff. And like when you see the pros, they're tied down, their bodies don't move at all, so there's no
What
way.
is it they're concerned about? I don't
Like the
understand.
steering wheel flexing, like when it's mounted, a lot of companies have steering wheels that like you can push on it and the steering wheel will flex. So like, let's say you get in an accident, right?
Uh-huh.
The steering wheel will either, like the wood ones are known to break if you're like just hanging on to it, and it'll just snap.
Yeah.
I don't know about ours because we haven't had anybody get in an accident, thank God. But we've seen companies who will snap. The suede material ones don't necessarily have the rigidness of the wood to support it, so they kind of have a flex to them.
Okay.
But when you're racing, you're supposed to be strapped in. So when you crash,
Oh, so they're worried that it's gonna hold place.
right? Like
And
if
you're
you
just
brace
gonna-
yourself off of it.
I know. I have in my Ranchero, dude. I have my chain steering wheel.
Yeah, you
that
do.
thing is not flexing, dude.
No,
And
not at all.
I don't have like the shoulder strap has like since worn out over the years, so I only have a over
lap
the
one?
lap, dude. So like if I was able to get in an accident, yeah, that thing's going in my chest.
Yeah,
dude,
you're
for
smacking
sure.
that hard.
Your face, dude, not your chest, your face.
Some
have
things like
chain
this,
marks
bro.
right here.
Yeah.
I'm like this, and
Yeah,
I got
this
pulled
time.
over one time, and the cops told me the reason why they have them so tiny like that is so the Mexicans can drive away when they have their handcuffs on.
I heard that.
Yeah, dude. I
heard
got
that.
pulled. Yeah, I got pulled over
Because
one
of
time. I was pulled over. Stupid story, dude. I was pulled over in a red zone. It was
got
like
a lot of
7
cool
o'clock at
stories.
night. Me and my then girlfriend, now wife, were playing around. You know, she was hitting me, dude, and we were just joking around. You know, we were like teasing each other. So I end up pulling over, and I'm like, "Hey, man, relax. You know, I'm trying to drive." As I'm sitting in this red zone, like there's nobody around. There's barely any streetlights on this place. Cop pulls behind me, shines me with his beams, comes out. What's going on? Oh, funny story, officer. Me and my wife are just messing around, or me and my girlfriend are just messing around. She just hit me, so I pulled over because I had to tell her to relax, dude, because I'm driving. You know,
Right.
he's like,
Yeah.
well, I stopped you, or I pulled
Stopped you.
I pulled behind you because you were in a red zone. And I go, okay, fine. So he ends up taking me out of the car, blah, 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 talking to me. He ends up cracking that joke because he sees my steering wheel, which are illegal because of the way that it doesn't flex. And he was saying that the reason why Mexican people enjoy having a chain steering wheel is because they can drive away with handcuffs on
Right.
because they're so tiny. So they're like, he cracked that joke, ha ha ha, so funny,
Because
officer.
you can actually hold both sides of the wheel.
Yeah, and then he made a comment, as I was getting back into the car to my girlfriend at the time. He was like, oh, if you guys are hitting each other, you still have the chance to get out of this relationship, blah,
Oh,
blah, blah.
God.
Call us if there's like a domestic dispute. And we're like,
He was
oh
like,
my
hey,
God. And I go, There you go, Karina. Like, that just tells you need to stop messing around while I'm driving. If something like this is going to happen.
Like, I'm so sorry.
That's a good story. I actually have to get going, guys.
No worries.
Yeah, Nick.
Sorry, in the middle of the podcast.
No, you're good.
No, you're good. Paradox PC.
Paradox PC.
Okay, wait. Let's give a shout out to Nick before he leaves.
Yeah.
This is This is obviously Nick Ochoa. He's always been he has already been introduced, but he does a lot of computer work.
A lot.
He works on Windows, Mac,
iOS,
phones. Doesn't matter.
everything. I don't fix your
God.
screens. I'm not those guys. don't bother asking.
Not the screen
I
fixer.
fix my own screens.
I fixed my
Except
Yeah.
my
So
tablet.
give him your website.
It's paradoxpcrepair.weebly.com.
Weebly.
Weebly.
Spell that.
WEEBLY.com.
Nice.
I sell, if you're just looking for a quick fix, I got your OEM CDs. Do you need your Windows 7? Some people hit me up because they need their OEM CDs. They have their own product key, but they just need the disc. I have that for cheap. Otherwise, like, I have virus CDs if you need to boot off of it and clean it. But service-wise, pretty much anything, because everything's listed at paradoxpc. Paradoxpc.
Weebly.
Paradox PC Repair.
Oh my
No,
god.
yeah, no, it's a free website. So I'm
It's
trying
a
to
free
fix it.
website.
Yeah,
It's a free website.
I'm not gonna pay $10 a month to keep the domain. What is it? PCR. Could have been it. That sounds
Could've
better.
been.
PCR.weebly.com.
Sweet.
Sweet
All
guys.
right, Nick.
Later, man.
All right, man.
He's making a Craigslist call right now. He's
He's
got to meet.
Yeah.
He's got to meet somebody in Riverside in 20
alright,
minutes.
Make it happen.
Oh man.
Ken's watching.
Kennerson.
Kennerson.
Kennerson. We
They're all-
actually have like 10 people watching right now. So
Really?
thanks to all.
Oh, thank you for the support.
A lot of try-harders.
Try hard.
A lot of BMW lovers. A lot of drift lovers.
A lot of guys.
What was that hashtag that Hannah just created? What was it?
Oh man, I don't even know.
It was try hard something.
Was it like bunch of tryhards?
Bunch of tryhards, right?
I
Because you
made
would
that.
Oh,
Hannah
okay.
took it from
Oh,
me.
okay.
No, yeah, but she posted that.
So what an awesome team up. I mean, when you come talking to a guy like you and you're making like, you know, you're doing something that's, you know, you're hands-on, you're doing something and you find somebody or you have somebody to rely on you to take like awesome footage, you know, of you and
Yeah.
she's going to school for all this kind of
Yes.
stuff
Yes,
and
she
like
is.
so it's like all professionally done, super cool videos, right?
Yes.
Let me what is one of the links to some of the like a video that you created on YouTube, I'm assuming?
Yes, on YouTube, if you go if you search up E36 Drift, or I don't know if it's one word. I don't think it's one word. E36 Drift.
Okay.
So E36 space Drift. Usually we're the top one. One of the things that sucks is that it's not available on mobile because we use
Instagram.
Who's a
Wow,
song.
dude, you almost have 40,000 views on that video.
Yeah, there it is. Yep,
Okay.
we're going. And
let's
I
watch
mean,
it, dude.
I couldn't do it. Definitely couldn't do it without Hannah. She texted me saying, "I'm watching. I know you're watching."
I
But
know you out there,
she, yeah, I definitely couldn't have done it without her and like her dad.
Two
helped.
shout outs to her daddy.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's worth it. That's for sure.
Well, wow, look at that. Ooh, infinity and beyond. Okay, I'm gonna hope that. So how long you guys been going for so far? How long have you known her?
Hannah?
Yeah.
Oh, I met her in, I want to say, and she's going to kill me if I get it wrong, I want to say in February of 2010. And then we started dating in April of 2010. And then we've been together since, so quite some time, 4
Yeah.
years.
4
But
years.
I told her, I was like, hey, I'm in this for the long run. Homie, don't play that. So, yeah, she's
Hashtag married for life.
hashtag for life.
Okay. So I'm gonna pull up this video. I set it up to do a screen share. So let's try to do that. Okay.
Oh, that'd be sick. You can watch it so they can see this.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. So let's do this.
So this is E36 Drift.
Okay.
We filmed in March
Okay.
I don't even know what year.
March of when? Oh, okay. So in March last year?
I think it was 2012. It was it was in 2013. 2013. 2013, we started
Okay.
filming this before I started school.
Here we go. I'm going to put it on mute real quick, and then we're going to hold the audio and play this video.
That was put together by Hannah and stuff. And
So after watching that, how did you even get into that, dude? How did that even come about, man? How did you even hear about drifting?
man, it's been so long. I just know that in high school, I think the first time I ever started messing around with drifting was when I had a go-kart. And pretty funny story there. We started in drifting, and we did a lot of motorsport stuff. So we rode dirt bikes, we rode BMX, and then we got into like pocket bikes and go-peds and pretty much anything with an engine.
Yeah.
Then I found 2 go-karts in my backyard. We used to have like a little junkyard thing back there. 2 go-karts were just chilling back there. So then I gave one to a buddy, and then we both got ours running and stuff. And then it had some fat slicks on it, and the park by his house the grass would get real moist at night. So then we would just go out there, and it's a big field, and we just slide around trees and just have fun.
Yeah.
And then we ended up blowing the engine on that thing. We blow engines on everything.
I guess. Man.
So we just started, and then after that, got a truck and started sliding around. My friends had like Nissans, and one had a BMW already, and I had the Toyota pickup truck, an old '92. I had to rebuild the engine in my garage and stuff, and got that thing running. Started drifting, and could pretty much throw down good solid runs in like a junk for a drift truck, I guess you could say. And after that, it was like, you know what, dude, let's get a BMW. So sold that thing, we got a BMW, blew the engine on the truck, put the rod through the side of the block, sold that truck to my uncle. Before we sold it, bought my old '87 from some guy out in I forget where it was at, like Pomona or something. This thing didn't have. We later found out that it didn't have a bolt in one of the spots on the control arm in the rear end. So this car, when you drive it, like you get on throttle and the whole thing like shifts and then it comes back straight. And it was like super like squirrely, right? So I mean, the first night we were driving it, we freaking we ended up
First night driving it.
We end up messing up the shifter and stuff. Linkage comes apart, and we ended up towing it to a friend's house and stuff. But then from there on, we just progressed and got new parts on the car and lowered it and did different things. And then we had shot a video. Joel and
I'm gonna show
Joel
that.
and I
not
shot
to,
a
not
video.
to steal any of Hannah's spotlight. I also made a video before that last one.
Was it as good?
Probably not as good.
It was a good video.
It was a good video.
It's a good video.
Not to bash on me, I got 3 thumbs up
What?
and 206 views.
It's not bad.
You know, it's not that far from 38,000, but
Yeah.
you know, it's pretty close, dude.
It's not
you know?
far off.
So wait, let's talk about that video real quick, because I know towards the end of it you said there was something that you guys got caught up with, like you guys went up to some sort of open parking lot factory or something, and then you guys got caught up.
Right. So we shot this video in Rancho Cucamonga, right off of Haven, and everybody who knows the Rancho area and has a lowered car or something loud knows how the cops are out there, and they're pretty darn strict.
Yeah.
So most of the time we just get told go home, right? Well, this time it was funny because we shot the video at an abandoned warehouse up there, and I had Hannah was there, her little sister Ella was there, and her father was there, and so I'm kind of bringing these guys. These guys aren't very. They're not used to getting caught up with like cops or anything like that.
Who isn't? The guys
Armand
that you
and Hannah and them.
Oh, so Armand was there too?
Yeah, so he helped film that video.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
I didn't know Armand was there.
Right, so he's there. So I'm thinking, you know, dude, most of the time if we do end up getting messed with, they'll let us go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's just go shoot it. We wake up butt crack of dawn, head out there, get out there. On the way there, lose a tire on the trailer. Didn't even realize.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if you look
and
in
you
the
kept
video,
going?
yeah, I was like, forget it, we're going. So if you look in the video, you can see that the trailer's missing one tire on it.
Oh, dang.
So we're there, we're filming, we get done, all this stuff, and in the video where the truck is parked, that's a separate, like, there's a building and like a fence that separates that from where everybody else was. So I'm loading up my car and stuff. As I'm loading up my car, I see 2 cruisers roll into the parking lot, and I'm like, oh crap, dude. And Hannah's with me, and her dad's with me, and her little sister. So they're like, what do we do? You know, like they're kind of, I don't want to say freak out, but they start like going, you know, like what are they going to do? Should I go out there? Or dad's asking me like, should I go?
Yeah.
What should I do? You know, and I'm kind of like, crap, dude, like this is my girlfriend's dad. I'm getting this full involved and like cops and stuff. I'm like, dang it, you know? So the cops end up rolling in, and they go after all my buddies because I could see them initially. So I had one of my late friends, Alec, was out there. My buddy Eric, Daniel, all my buddies were there. So then they end up rolling over there, and then they text me because the cops can't see where I'm at. They're like, hey, dude, cops rolled in. And I'm like, I know, I saw them. What are they doing? And they're sitting over there for a while, and I'm not getting a response. So then I send Hannah and her dad, like, walking outside of the parking lot, like, around. Like, just act like you're walking or whatever. So they go, and they're cruising because their car's parked in the parking lot, but just in a different spot. Like, not where everybody else was. So they walk around, and then they go to their car. So then I'm thinking I'm slick, and I push my car back, and then I push it like into the shadow of like this building, kind of tucked away. So one of the cruisers, they finally get done with them, and then the cruiser guys, like I see 2 of them take off. I'm like, sweet dude, like we got out of this, no problem, you know. Then one of the cruisers decides to go up that ramp that you see me drift in the video. He goes up it and then sees me through the fences, and he's like, what the heck is this guy doing, you know? So he rolls up on me, and he's like, what's up, man? Like, what are you doing or whatever? And I was like, oh, we just shot a video. Like, we're just having fun, you know, kind of trying to be chill with them and stuff. And then he sees my car stashed away in the corner, you know, and then it looks a lot more sketchy, you know?
Yeah.
So then he's asking me, like, is that thing street legal? Is it registered? Like, can I see your license? And so he ran all my stuff, and everything came up clean. This is when I didn't have issues yet.
Yeah.
Came up clean. He's like, all right,
Imagine
cool, man.
you didn't.
Right.
Yeah,
I know,
it
dude.
would've
Seriously.
been like a tow away, right?
He's all,
Oh, yeah, for
got
sure.
you.
Sucker. So anyways, Hannah and her dad end up going around, getting to their car, and then that cop ends up leaving us, and they let us pretty much go. Kind of what I had expected, but it was still just sketchy to go through it. But yeah, we did end up getting caught up on that video. And then also the video that you and I shot together, we got caught up at the end of that too with the actual owner of the building. Remember that?
Oh, that's right. Somebody came out and kind of kicked us out or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's show that video.
Roll that thing,
Yeah,
dude.
let's see that.
This is fun. This is a fun little...
This makes me want to try drifting now, man.
Dude, let's go to the track. just that's it. That was funny. That's probably one of my favorite parts though. When you're like, that was good. But yeah, that was a fun day. But yeah, the owner of that building showed up. He like rolled up in his car, and he was like, "What are you guys doing here? You're messing up my paint and you're messing up my floor and all this stuff." And we were like, "Dude, we got like one more shot to do. Like, can we do it?" And he's like, "Do it and then get out of here." So then he let us shoot that last one, the sunset kind of. The sun's behind the car, the last little corner. He let us shoot that again because I remember when we were shooting it corner by corner based off of whatever track we were gonna run. And we had shot the one where I passed the camera and go into like that little back alley, and then he rolled in, and then we were like, "Dude, we just gotta shoot like just leaving the parking lot."
Yeah, just getting out of it.
Yeah, and
but you did it more than once, didn't you? Or did you just do it once?
I don't remember. We might have done it twice.
Yeah, I think
we did twice. But yeah, but he was cool. He was mad. He was upset that we were putting tire marks on his parking lot, which is kind of what the parking lot's for. Drive cars on it. Anyways, but not drifting. But
drift for Jesus.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he let us go. He said, "Hurry up and then get out of here." And he just said, "Shoot it and go." So we left. And that was a fun day. That was our first video ever of like an actual drift video. So that's gonna follow me forever, dude.
Yeah, that was cool. I had a fun time going out there, and your friends are all cool, and that was fun. I always enjoy making videos, you know, and it's cool to have like talent, you know, in front of you and be able to use what you know, and then you kind of do your thing, you know. So
right.
And I'm sure Hannah has a blast with it, you know.
Oh yeah.
Going up there with you, and then she gets to get creative, and then you're able to do your thing. And yeah, the video turned out great, dude. Or that last one that she did.
Both of them were sick.
As soon as she finishes that other one, let me know.
Yeah, this new one.
I'll post it up on the ACOM blog, and
yeah, definitely
we'll get you going. Because the whole point of like everything that we're doing with this podcast is just, you know, like we have the ability through the technology that we have. We have webcams, we have a nice mic, you know, we have the program to use, nice obviously mic. The talent.
Nice mic.
Yeah, not mic, mic.
Both kind of mics.
But it's cool, you know, I like bringing people in, and I like talking to them, and me and you have been friends for a few years now.
Yeah, quite a while.
And so it's been cool, and I've enjoyed watching you progress, especially with Try Hard and that whole thing. You know, that's cool that you guys are doing that. So yeah, dude. So I'm glad you came in. I'm glad to sit down and have this conversation.
Yeah, it was cool.
Martin, thank you for coming out. Obviously, you're part of this whole bungalow thing.
Even though
and Nick.
Imaginary Nick.
Yeah, Imaginary Nick had to make a Craigslist call, so he was gone.
Struggle's real.
Yeah, struggle's real. He broke his tablet, so he's all bummed out, and
poor guy.
He's got to get money to
buy a
new tablet. He's all about that stuff. He used to work for Google, and
really,
we have him coming around because, you know, he's really into like the sci-fi scene. He's into dinosaurs. He's into like all the crazy cool stuff, dude. And definitely technology is one of his things. And you know, he enjoys talking about that stuff, and he has a great sense of humor. So I like having him here. Martin, he does a art walk that just actually passed this last Saturday, or was it the Saturday before last?
I think it was
a Saturday before last.
Yeah. 2 Saturdays ago.
Talk a little bit on that, because you're gonna have one coming up, like not this
yeah,
month.
so we have art walks. Every other month we have art walks. So kind of just like a get together of groups of just, you know, all different kinds of artists, whether it's painting or just like kind of crafts you do, or sculptures, or whatever, you know, it is that you do, you know, which would be really cool to have you out there, dude. Yeah. You know, in your car, you know, would be pretty cool, man.
Because there's a scene, like a motorcycle scene out there too. They do like little cafes style, like Honda racers.
Oh, really?
Yes, so yeah. So there's a guy there that has his little studio there based upon like just kind of old school cafe racers. So
nice,
it's pretty cool. So he was saying like the next art walk he was going to try to plan to just have a bunch of those kind of bikes in front of his place. So yeah, dude. So yeah, we have art walks every other month. Pretty cool, you know. Come check it out. Just meet new people, you know. It's really good scene.
So where is this at?
This is in Ontario.
Oh, okay.
So like pretty much, it's Euclid and Holt is basically the corner. Yeah. So yeah, Ontario every other month.
So Euclid and Holt. Yeah, there's like a little downtown district that's kind of being. I mean, there's a up north a little bit more on Euclid. There's already a downtown district that's been established, but that's considered like upland up there.
Mm-hmm.
When you come a little bit closer to the 60 freeway, or is it?
It's in between like the 60 and the 10.
Yeah, it's right in the middle
basically.
between the 60 and the 10
yeah.
freeway in Ontario, Euclid and Holt. And every other month,
Every other
they
month,
do it
Saturday.
on the third Saturday of the month.
It's just Saturday of every other month. The third Saturday of every other month, yeah.
Okay, the third
Yeah.
Saturday of every other
It's a little
month.
confusing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Third.
we just had one. So in August, we're not going to have one. In September, there's going to be
the
one
next
on
one.
the third Saturday of September.
Yeah.
So we'll probably have another podcast between here and then. The ACOM or the four of us. My spouse, Martin, and his spouse, we're going to be going to Costa Rica sometime soon, and we're going to be making some videos, and we'll be able to show you guys about that, and the artistic community is going out of the United States. Yeah, we're going global. We're going a little south, you know, so that'll be cool. So in September, the art walks come in. Martin does like different pieces. He actually did this little guy right here. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see.
A little bit. There it is.
This dude
Boom.
right here, skating paint. This is actually a copy of the painting that he did. This one's on a canvas. And his wife does photography, so she took the picture of the canvas and you guys took it in. But she does like wedding photos and all that kind of events. If you're throwing a party, if you're all about put a party, then check that out. If you got a quinceañera, Sweet 16, come to the art walk. She has business cards there. You could check it out. A lot of cool stuff going on. Hopefully, Micah, you can make it out, and
yeah, that'd be rad.
we support you. You support us.
Indeed.
Let me scratch your back, not literally.
Why not?
You could.
What? What's wrong?
Because it's moist in here, and I'm afraid if I scratch your back, then I'll get like dead skin cells in my
You're just gonna
fingernails.
that's just.
Yeah.
You get a lot of sweat
That's
right
nasty.
now.
Okay, so let me shake your hand.
Appreciate
Bam,
it. Thanks
great.
for having
Thanks
me
for
out
coming by. Martin, yeah, obviously.
Sounds
Alright,
fun.
man.
Cool.
Yeah, it was
Alright.
fun, dude.
Take it easy, guys.
See you
Thanks
guys.
for tuning in. Thanks for watching. All
Yeah.
the viewers, 10 viewers. I think we maxed out at 12. So thanks for watching.
Yeah.
We had a good time. See
Thank
ya.
you for the support.